Ooh, welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I have a surprise for all of you. I have on Zoom with me right now Dylan Law, and is going to be playing Deputy Tony Bates in the upcoming Lonely Echoes film, the third film in the Alone Saga. Hey, Dylan, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you doing, Scotty?
Doing good. I know we were talking a little bit before. If everybody's watching this and they see I'm not moving my arms because I was at the beach for, since Sunday. I got home today and I had major sunburn. I just found out today that I have a second-degree sunburn. I have blisters and everything on my shoulders, and I'm in a lot of pain. So I didn't realize I had the blisters till today, but it's a nightmare. So I'm trying to do my best to alleviate the pain as much as I can. So I'm pretty much sticking like this. Yeah, so I'm glad to have you on. I know I was talking to Jason Pitts, and he's in charge. He's the director of, the Alone Saga, including Lonely Echoes, and he gave me a couple of names to squeeze into my schedule, and you were one of the names, and I'm so glad to have you on. So thank you for joining me.
Really appreciate you having us.
Yeah, not a problem at all. So the first question I got for you is, how'd you get your start into acting?
Well, that's a long story. So I remember back when I was a wee boy, I remember like playing the shepherd in the Christmas play or whatever. But really, like when I was about 12 or something, I started working like I was in children's church or whatever, and I heard that like the next Sunday they were going to need a bunch of clowns or people to dress up and do fun stuff. So I was like, yeah, well, that sounds cool. So I kind of got hooked in that because every week we were doing like live skits and all kinds of fun stuff like that. And then we would travel around and do dramas and all that kind of fun stuff. And I got hooked, and I came up in church doing that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And of course, watching Freddy the whole time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you get bit by that bug. It does its number on you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, how did you happen to get brought into Lonely Echoes? Because we know your character is new to the saga.
Yes, I am. So I've known Jason for a couple years now, and so when he first started doing the Alone Saga, well, I actually met him through another project called Streaming Sarah. That is, we filmed like a little kind of like a teaser to kind of take to companies to kind of sell it and see if we could, it's through a different production company out of Georgia. And from what I understand, they're getting ready to film the feature film for that soon. So look for that on the horizon. But so like he was the director for that, and he wrote the script for that. And that's how I met him. And funny story, like, so we filmed down in Hot Springs, and I'm in Northwest Arkansas. He's in Fort Smith. And that's quite a few hours for us to drive down there. And I was coming up one morning, I was running a little bit late, and I hit an oil slick and totaled my car out. But luckily I wasn't hurt or anything like that. I just had a little bruise. And I was like 45 minutes away, and somebody came and got me, and we shot the stuff and got it done. And they just put a little makeup on my head, and I was good to go.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then another project I did with him is called Mama Lou's Bridge, and that was for the Horror States of America project, and it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. And just to do a quick plug for Jason, I know he has the Friday the 13th fan film coming out titled Voorhees Night of the Beast. So that I believe is coming out the day after Jason's birthday on June 14th on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, if I got that right. And if I got it wrong, Jason, leave a comment.
It might be on the 12th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know it's around June 13th. I know he mentioned Jason's birthday. Yeah.
Yes. So I actually got his pulled up. I can look it up real quick. But
absolutely.
Yeah, I meant United States of Horror was the project, not the Horror States of America. I don't know what that is. But
not a problem at all.
But yeah, you're right. June 13th.
Okay.
Jason Voorhees' birthday.
Awesome.
So yeah, look for that. That was a huge project. I know he's very proud of that, and he's very excited for that. That's like a dream come true for him. Huge, of course, Jason fan, that being his namesake, but I'm still a Freddy guy, but
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's great. Check that out for anybody that's watching this that wants to see that. It's going to be pretty interesting. I can't wait to see it myself. So I know you're going to be in Lonely Echoes, and as you mentioned, you're new to this saga. So this is the first film you're in out of the three. And I'm pretty sure this is the last one of the saga, if I'm not mistaken.
nope, there's gonna be four.
Oh, nice. Okay, so there's one more to
Yeah.
go. Awesome, awesome. So definitely check out. I know they have Alone, and then they have Masquerade, and then of course now is Lonely Echoes, and you're going to be in
Yep.
that. So for people that are unaware of what Lonely Echoes is, can you let us know a little bit about this movie? What is the plot for it? And also, can you tell us a little bit about your character, Deputy Tony Bates?
So there's a little bit that I can say without giving away any spoilers. So in Alone, we meet some characters that kind of, and if you watch it closely, you can see Sylvia, who is the star of the second one, Masquerade. And so they kind of tie together, but they seem like almost like an anthology type thing where they're unrelated, but they are related. And in Lonely Echoes, you will see that come together and really see the momentum start to build and just really take off and prep for that fourth film where everything's going to hit the fan and it's going to be crazy.
Awesome, awesome. So what do we know, I guess without getting into too much spoilers, about Deputy Tony Bates? Who is he? Obviously, he's a deputy.
Right, yeah. So so in the first film, there's a character named, I'm trying to get it not mixed up. There's Kim and Kat, and they're twins.
Okay.
And for the life of me, I cannot remember which one is which at the moment. But one of them is taken in, and she's in the first one, and so she disappears. And in the second one and the third one, her twin sister, who's played by the same actress, Samantha Shaw, and she is looking for her sister and trying to find out what happened. And she ends up in a small town where I happen to be the deputy, and there may or may not be some sparks flying, but
nice.
Yeah, but I kind of help her out and show her the ropes and how we do things in our town and that type of thing. And of course, there's a lot of fun callbacks to horror tropes and things like that. And if you watch closely, you can definitely see the tie-ins to the first and second film. And I love, like, in the film series where everything kind of comes together. Like, I hate to compare it to Fast and Furious, but it's kind of fun. Like when you're watching, like you see the second and third one, it's like these are completely unrelated, and then you see, all of them start to come together, and all the characters meet up, and that's when things really start to hit their rhythm. And that's where we're at with this. And Lonely Echoes is going to be exciting. Of course, I've read the script, and I'm excited for it. And I really wish I could tell you some stuff, but man, it's gonna be nuts.
That's awesome. That's exciting. So what do you believe is going to be the most challenging part about bringing your character to life?
I'm trying to not give away any spoilers. I guess just winning the audience over, because it's very important that my character is likable, because he's not so much the Barney Fife, but he's more like the Dewey from Scream. And so he's kind of like, but he's not so much like a bumbling idiot, kind of like Dewey is, but that was one of his inspirations. And so yeah, it's just hoping that comes across, that he is likable, and that when sparks fly between him and Samantha's character, that everybody's like not turned off by that, or so hoping that like the girls the women are into it, and the dudes are into her, and all that, everything's coming together and everything works.
Absolutely. So turning it around a little bit to acting, what do you believe is the most challenging part about being an actor?
Oh, being an actor, I know for me right now is just being a single parent and just trying to, you know, finding the time and all that kind of stuff. But I gotta say, sometimes in the past, it's difficult as an actor wanting to be part of the process and have a say so in where your character goes and build the story and the momentum and all that kind of stuff. And then you get somebody that's not really a team player that just basically kind of wants a meat puppet, and they're you know, like they're a visionary director is sometimes what they're called, where you know they've got everything mapped out to the detail, and they just need a warm body, you know. Sometimes that's not so fun as an actor, but one of the reasons I continue to work with Jason is because he is very collaborative, like down to every single person on set has a say, and if they've got a great idea, we're going to use it. Like for instance, I didn't really know him very well when we started working on Mama Lou's Bridge, and which is a short, and we're exploring doing more with that character, and because it kind of deals with some like urban legend type things, you know. And so we're looking at potentially exploring more of those type stories. But one of the things I loved about working with him is that I just pitched an idea in the moment, and he was like, well, yeah, let's do it. And it turned out great. And he just really made me feel like I contributed and that I was part of the process. And that I love, that's my favorite part of making films, is the collaboration with other people and getting those creative minds together and seeing what can happen. And that just knowing that I don't have all the pieces, and that it's a team effort.
Absolutely. So what about line memorization? Is that a challenge for you at times to kind of do that? Because I know it is for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That like I have ADHD and a bad memory. So
same.
Yeah, so like that, like even doing so like I started out doing like skits and live performances and stuff like that, and it really kind of depends on the director as well, because sometimes you can go in, like the way they taught us is like you get the gist and you hit certain beats, and then you just kind of fill in the blanks, you know, and it's okay, you go through. But if somebody's written the story and they've taken years sometimes to write these specific words on the page, you want to honor that and you want to respect that and not just gloss over it and, you know, whatever. So it really depends on who you're working with and that kind of thing. Sometimes it has to be word for word, like when I've done stage stuff, like I was in School Musical and Godspell and things like that. And so it has to be word for word because it's a copyrighted material. And so it just takes a lot of practice and getting that muscle memory. And for me, like that's kind of, I wish there was more of that in film, the more like everyday practices and going through that type of thing.
Absolutely. So the Indiegogo is out for Lonely Echoes. So for those that would like to donate, first of all, where can they find the Indiegogo campaign? Where can they easily access it? And what can they get for their donations? What perks are available for them? And, you know, why should they donate to this campaign?
All righty. I'm looking for it right now.
Not a problem.
So there are a lot of perks, everything from like being an executive producer to getting one of the masks from Masquerade, or being an extra on set. Excuse me. So here we go. Indiegogo. You can look up Lonely Echoes #2, because this is our second campaign to try to, because Jason is really passionate about wanting to pay everybody and just make sure that people are paid. The first two he did off of favors, you know how, you know, when you get started, that's how everybody does, and everybody helps each other out. That's how you know, the community works a lot of times. But he's really passionate about wanting to make sure people get paid, because he is, like I said, one of these team players that really wants to see everyone succeed. And just for that, he's got my vote of confidence, and not to mention his talent. That is, he's a great talent behind everything. So if you have not seen Masquerade, it's not online just yet. You can go to Jason's YouTube page, which is Lucid Lake Pictures, and you can look up Jason Pitts on YouTube and probably find that as well. Find it there. Alone is available there, and but if you want to see Masquerade, you can give $5 to the campaign, and you will get a link to Masquerade.
Awesome.
You can also get digital picture of the cast and crew from the Jason film, first page of the script, a live video chat, digital copy, and posters, and like your own missing poster with your own face on it, that type of thing, or signed screenplays, product placement, all kinds of fun stuff. Producer credit. Yeah, there's a lot of perks and bonuses there that you can get involved, especially if you're looking to kind of get your foot in the door with film, and you don't really know how, you don't know anybody. Like, this is a great way to just throw some money and get a door open for you. It's an opportunity.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So definitely, for those that are watching this, you can donate to Lonely Echoes on Indiegogo. Make sure you do that. And if you don't have the funds to do it, it doesn't cost anything to share the campaign. So just share the campaign and get the word out, because your one share can lead to 3 other people that might be like, well, I really want to donate to this. So definitely do that. Sharing is caring, as they say.
Absolutely, that means so much. Like I'm a YouTuber too, and this just that little bit is spreading the word. It might not seem like that much to you, like it's just a button, but like you said, that could lead to the next big breakthrough.
That's why they call old-fashioned word of mouth, because that is the best, the oldest way of advertising that there is. And you can, I mean, simply just sharing on social media could lead to more people donating more and getting the word out there, more people seeing it. And I mean, ultimately, that's what you need to do. Like, it's not going to get, nobody's going to know about it if it's not being talked about, and if it's not being shared around, and if it's not, being passed around. So definitely check this out. Definitely look into it. So the last question I got for you, do you have any other projects that you would like to promote to the listening and the viewing audience?
So can say one more thing about the fundraiser thing. Now, Jason won't say this because Jason is humble, but just to see his growth process as a director, he's been doing this for years, and he took a break and he got back into it with Alone. And so he's worked on Western District and several other projects. And he's got a lot of other projects going on right now too, but you can see the growth just from the first film to the second film. And so I'm excited about the third film and what the fourth film could be. So that's just promoting a growing talent that is coming up in Arkansas, or I'm not sure wherever you may be from, but just a local filmmaker is a huge deal.
It really is.
He's a really talented guy.
It really is. And it isn't easy to get your foot in the door to begin with, especially as a filmmaker, especially from a smaller area, because I'm from, like, I live in Baltimore, but I have a company called Gravestone Films, and we're based out of Ashland, Pennsylvania, which I guarantee you 90% of the people watching this probably never heard of. I mean, it's getting your foot in the door, opening it up, it is not easy. And that's why he needs all of your support to get this film out there, because making a film is not easy, and is not cheap, and is very stressful. And if you don't have the funds to do it, and if you don't have the funds to do it, like, your $5 to watch Masquerade, to get the link to Masquerade, might be the reason why they have enough blood, or they don't have enough blood to make this movie, for example. So yeah, absolutely. So do you have anything else that you would like to promote to the listening viewing audience?
I would also just say, of course, you can go watch Mom Lou's Bridge on Jason's site as well. It's a little short film. But I guess for myself, I mean, I do a live podcast. I cover Marvel stuff, and it's Broken Pictures. It's on YouTube as well.
Okay, awesome. Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you so much, Dylan, for joining me this evening.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate you, Scotty.
Absolutely. You have a great rest of your night.
You too.
All right, bye. Yep, bye.